guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily Jean if you are new here. Finally, what you guys have all been asking for, and it's actually really sad because I say that in the beginning of every makeup video, we're doing another makeup video. So today I wanted to do like an updated kind of no makeup look, but I don't even want to call it that because people always take that the wrong way. This is just the makeup I've been doing lately and just like really natural, light makeup, minimal effort, really about the skincare too, which I'm going to show you some skincare products that I used before that are actually very key in this. So it's kind of like skincare and makeup. To be honest with you guys, I have not been wearing a lot of makeup. The only time I really do wear makeup is if I know I'm going to be taking photos. But besides that, I'm either home all day and there's not a point, or when I do go out, I have to wear a mask and stuff, and I've been breaking out bad from the mask if I have makeup on, and it's just better to let my skin breathe if I'm going to be covering it up with a mask anyway. Also, if you guys don't already, you should follow me on Instagram and TikTok. It's just at Emily Jean Beauty, and you guys should shop my merch. I have a few left of my summer collection, and I'm working on the fall collection right now. I also have just my signature styles on there too, so you can go to www.ejbmerch.com to check that stuff out. I design it, do it all myself, hand package it all at home for you guys, so I would really appreciate it if you guys supported me over there as well. Yeah, let's get into the makeup. Okay, to start off, I want to talk about the few skincare products that I used on my face before I started this and just what I've been using a lot on my skin to kind of like prep for the makeup. I just cleansed my face with the Day Dreamer cleanser from Blume. This is a new brand to me. They are incredible. They actually did send this over to me, but it's not sponsored at all. I just truly love these products. These like all go hand in hand, and it's more for like acne prone skin, which I've been struggling with lately. So these fit perfectly, and this is just a nice like white creamy cleanser, and I absolutely love it. And then this is the Meltdown oil for acne prone skin. I've never used a product like this. Sorry, my exposure's a little overdone to see what this packaging actually looks like. This is a oil for your acne. So I put a little bit on where I break out on my cheeks. You can see that's where my skin is shiny. I absolutely love this. It smells like essential oils. Fully obsessed, used both of those. And then this is also the mist, which we can use later, but I don't want to use too much stuff on my face before. So basically, the first steps that you do before your makeup with skincare are really important, especially in the look that we're gonna do today when it's very minimal and light in makeup. You need to make sure you're using products that are targeting all those problems that your skin that you have that you might be targeting with makeup, if that makes sense. So if you do have dry skin and you're trying to buy like makeup for dry skin, maybe just start using some better skincare for dry skin before you even do your makeup. So I'm trying to kind of hydrate my skin with this cleanser, which I needed, and treat my acne a little bit, and with the oils hydrating as well for my skin, and that's kind of helps my base. But everyone's base is different. Skincare is very person to person, so just try and find really lightweight, easy daily products to use that will fight the needs that you want on your skin before your makeup. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is use concealer. I'm not gonna use any foundation for this look. Day-to-day, normal life, I will just use concealer. So I am going to put this under my eyes, and I don't do a lot. I used to put a lot of concealer, but when you're not wearing foundation, you don't want to do too much because then it will be very obvious that you applied concealer just under your eyes and nowhere else. I then will take it on any blemishes. This one's really big because I've been picking at it and it's like a scab now. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. It's in the shade light medium. I have so many other favorite concealers. I'll link like a few down below, but I really love this one. It's just one I gravitate towards. I do like a pretty full coverage concealer. Then I'm gonna go with my beauty sponge and tap that out. I don't know why really I put any on my chin. Sometimes I'll put concealer where I don't really need it, but I try and put it on areas so my face looks more uniform, because that is kind of the problem with only wearing concealer. Blend out the under eyes. Anytime you have a spot that you really want to cover up, you know what, let me zoom you guys in. Whenever you have bigger spots to cover like this one, that was just one time covering it, which actually looks a lot better. I should have showed you guys it zoomed in before. And I'm gonna do another coat of this to explain what I'm doing. I'm gonna put it on there and just wait a minute. You don't want to blend it out right away. I feel like a lot of people, that's kind of ruined the point of concealer with that. The longer the concealer actually sits on the face, it's almost gonna be more full coverage. So I'm gonna let that sit there for a second. Oh, this one's already been sitting there. Dab these out lightly, and notice how I'm not like blending all over my cheek. I'm just trying to focus on the problem areas so they actually get covered. And so now for this, I just want to lightly pat kind of around it, and I don't want to blend too much because then you're going to take that coverage off. Basically just letting your concealer sit on any spots that you really want to cover for a little bit longer than normal is just going to create a little bit more coverage and make the product thicker. But with the under eyes, that is something that is usually better to blend out pretty quickly because you want that to look nice and natural and light. Then I want to take some of this powder. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent powder, but this is actually their new shade that they just came out with. They just sent this over as well, and it's in the shade Honey, because before they just had the translucent and then they also had a medium deep. They had 2 different shades. So now they added one for medium skin tones, and it's more of like a goldeny honey shade. I've been really liking this. I love this powder in general. I used to use the translucent one all the time. I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and dip into here and take some of the powder. You can use any translucent powder. It doesn't need to be colored. But I do recommend like a loose powder, and I'm gonna press right over where we just covered the acne. First, I'm not gonna set the under eyes powder, patting it right on there. This is also gonna like extra lock it. Then I'm just gonna take the tiniest amount and set under my eyes. I only set it just to prevent creasing, but I don't want to get rid of that dewy, natural, fresh makeup. I feel like people are getting further and further away from setting their face, especially when you wear less makeup. You definitely don't need too much powder. This hair back. Okay, the next products I'm going to go in with, I actually shared these in a haul a while ago, and I don't think I've ever used them on my channel, but I'm going to use the Milk Makeup Cream products. I have a bronzer and a blush. The bronzer shade I have is in Baked, and the blush I have is in Werk. I really love these. If you do have oily skin, I would probably just stay away from the cream products in general, but my skin is quite dry, and I just really like the natural look and cream vibe this gives. Just cream makeup is so beautiful. So I'm going to start with a little bit of the bronzer. It looks quite intense when you first apply it, but it does blend out quite well. So I kind of draw 2 lines like this. I bet some of you are thinking, why are you putting cream product on after the powder? Because we barely used any powder, it's really not going to matter. And we didn't really put powder in all these areas. That's why I like to set only the places that I put concealer and only use a little bit of it. So I'm just putting this on normal contour spots. This changes day by day. Some days I'm feeling good about my jawline, I don't want to do it. Some days I don't need to put any on my forehead, but normally the contour areas, sides of the forehead, under the lip if you want your lip to look a little bit more plump, things like that. So now I'm going to take my beauty sponge, and I like to use like this just middle part to blend any cheek product or extra product like this, since I use this for concealer and I usually use the flat side for foundation. So I'm going to start under here. And blending is extremely important, especially with cream products. I always tell people, even when you think you're not done blending, keep blending just for like 5 minutes more. If you have it, even if you think it's good, it does not hurt just to kind of blend out those edges and pat over your makeup a little bit extra. Okay, now to blend out these, you can use a brush as well, which I will use sometimes, kind of like a fatter kabuki brush if you want more control. But like I said, this is like quick, easy, out the door summer makeup and not carrying all that much. So just blending it out with my sponge is just fast and all in one. So I'm just trying to keep it controlled. I'm basically just pouncing over the line, and I'm not like blending it all into my face. And with contour, if you are going to blend, you want to blend up, you never want to bring it down. So where my line was, if I'm going to be doing any blending, it should stay on this side. You don't want to blend it down because then that would defeat the purpose of the contour. That's why you see a lot of people putting powder here, because they're basically trying to erase and make that a nice line like it was in the beginning. So that's kind of what that looks like. It's looking kind of intense on the camera right now, but once we add the blush and everything else, it will be perfect. Same up here, you want to bounce it right over, and then I also like to drag it into the hairline. So you never want to drag it in the middle, obviously, again, would defeat the purpose. You want to keep the center of your forehead nice and bright, and then contour and bring the darker shades into the hairline to the temple, and then you can connect down here so it looks nice and seamless. I'm doing this all in the viewfinder, you guys, so I'm sorry that I keep looking over here while I'm doing the makeup, but I didn't bring a mirror over here. So now with any little product that you have left on your sponge or your brush, I kind of like to go on the sides of the nose. I don't normally contour my nose too much, so it's not that big of a deal for me, but you could totally use this cream contour and just add a little bit. I just like to take the excess and almost just add the color, just so your face looks nice and uniform. So you can see how naturally just glowy and pretty that is. And I feel like for a lot of us, our face is usually a little bit lighter in skin tone than our body, especially during the summer because of whatever reason. When you're wearing sunscreen, I usually have a hat on and my face just doesn't get as much color naturally. So that contour really just reflects like the nice suntan glow that I have on my skin, and you can see how it kind of like all flows and looks so healthy and it's so glowy. That's why we don't want too much powder or anything like that. It's just all really beautiful. I don't even have any highlight on, just like my skin looks healthy. And you can still see some of my acne and little scars underneath, and honestly I'm totally okay with that because it just looks like real skin and I think it's really, really beautiful. So now we're gonna do the blush. This is in the shade Werk, like I said, and I just take this, smile, and put it there. I will say I wish these blushes were a little bit more intense because I just love an intense blush. So sometimes I'll go like a couple rounds with this and just kind of layer it up because I do, like I said, like a lot of pink. It actually smells really good too. For some reason the blush like smells almost like candy. The contour doesn't though. The contour smells like makeup. And I'm taking the same side with the contour and just like I said, blending on top, right on the cheeks. Apples of my cheeks is where I like to wear my blush, but then I also blend it up and into my contour because we want everything to be one here. You don't want just certain things in certain areas. You want it all to work together. Oh, I think it looks really pretty. So now this is where I would like decide if I feel like my skin is feeling a little bit more oily. Maybe it's extra hot and humid out that day, maybe not. So I will sometimes just take a little excess powder, whatever I have, tiny bit, big fluffy brush, and just kind of lightly tap powder over my face. Nothing crazy, and like I said, it depends on the day, depends what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll just bring a compact with me and maybe touch it up throughout the day to get a little bit oily because these cream products are not set. If you do have super oily skin, then I would definitely suggest maybe looking into like a powder foundation. I actually do really love some powder foundations. If you guys want to see like a powder foundation routine, I think that would be kind of cool. Even though I have dry skin, it still sometimes can work out, and if you use all the right products. I then sometimes, if I want to add more color and do more, I'll just take powder products of my blush and bronzer and lightly go over those areas. So just for show here, I'll take this Milani Baked bronzer, and actually has some glow in it. It's really, really pretty. This is in the shade Dolce, and I'll just kind of add that in. It will add a little bit more dimension and also set the contour a little bit, just in case if you are wanting to use cream products but scared they're gonna go away, you can always set them with a little bit of extra bronzer. And sometimes I just like using multiple products if I have the time to add a little bit, because it's just adding like all those little layers and slightly different shades and slightly different formulas will all like kind of add something to your face. Now for brows, you guys, brows have been really easy for me lately. I've actually got them done quite recently, and she tinted them, so I've been trying to take care of my brows that way. I'm blessed with very dark and like full brows, so I don't need a lot. So literally all I've been using is the little Gimme brow from Benefit, which is basically like a tinted kind of filler gel. It has like fibers in it, so it actually adds like mini fibers to your hairs, adds some color, and sets them all in one, and this is literally all I've been using. I normally use the shade 5 in Benefit, like for the powder and other products like that, but I ended up getting the 4 because the lady at Ulta said that it might give like cool dimension, kind of like what I was just saying. My brows are actually a little bit darker, but adding kind of a slightly lighter color on top kind of gives them dimension and not too crazy. So I use shade 4 on this, and it just is like perfect, just brushes up my brows. This is great too for like blonde brows. If you guys don't like to fill them in, you don't want them to look way too unnatural, try this out. I highly, highly recommend it. Okay, then I'm just gonna throw on some lip plumper. This is actually from a local med spa, and if I can link this down below, I will. She actually gave them to me, the esthetician that has the salon, and she's like just launching these products, so It's like a medical grade skincare lip plumper from an esthetician that I know near here. So I will try and link that down below, but I don't know if I'll be able to find it. So I'll put any lip plumper. I really like the Too Faced one, and I like to put that on before I do like a gloss because I'm not going to do lip liner or anything. I think all that's left is I'm going to curl my eyelashes, and then this is another thing, depending on the day, I might put mascara on, I might not. It's like super crazy hot out when I'm doing something. I might just skip mascara altogether because I feel like it just starts to be a mess, and sometimes I just like the natural eye look, but I will sometimes curl and put mascara on, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury one, which I did a full review on a bunch of Charlotte Tilbury products, and I said that I didn't really love the eye products because I was turned off by the eyeliner, but I have started using the mascara now, and I do really, really like the mascara. Curl my lashes, and I like crazy curl my lashes. I go as far down as possible and like pulse it, and then sometimes I'll like turn it upwards. I have like a whole eyelash curling routine. Then I'll move it halfway up and curl again. And again, you like kind of lift it up. Sorry if this is so creepy. I've never been scared of eyelash curlers. So start at the base, pulse, then lift the eyelash curler up, pulse, then move it to like the halfway point. Do the same thing. I'm not gonna put mascara on today just because I only have my viewfinder and I don't wanna like screw it up and get all over my face, but this is just like optional. Either way, I will always curl my eyelashes, and I actually always bring my eyelash curler with me because I feel like they'll fall like throughout the day with humidity and stuff, same with your hair, so I kind of like curl them throughout the day. Just curling your eyelashes makes a big, big difference, especially if you have dark eyelashes. So now, I feel like this like video went by so fast because we didn't have to use many products. The last thing I guess I would do is put a gloss on top. Color, I've been loving my Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm. I've always loved this. This is like the original one in, yeah, Fenty Glow. I love this. I love this shade, and I feel like this lip gloss works really well with full glam makeup and natural makeup. And then I also have the e.l.f. lip plumping gloss as well, which I really, really like. I'm gonna use the Fenty one today. So it adds a tiny bit of color, and you don't need a liner or anything. Oh, okay. I think that is all the makeup. Yeah, so I think that pretty much completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you like this look. I think it's so beautiful, and I also think doing like the faux freckles with this look would be perfect with this. And all of these things kind of like change slightly. It's more just the unique in the products in line that I use. Like I might use a different concealer one day, I'll use a different gloss one day. I'm going to be filming more makeup videos for you guys and try and do some colorful looks and stuff, so please leave some products down below that you guys want me to try. That's enough for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Definitely tag me on Instagram if you guys try it out or anything like that. I think that's it. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!